Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So in this one I wanted to talk about whether or not nuclear metals are overrated. And I know that there may be mixed opinions on this, so I just wanted to get your guys' point of view and your guys' opinion, because ever since Black Ops 2, for the most part, we've been having nuclear metals instead of, let's say something like, well, at least from the Treyarch's perspective, instead of having like a MOAB or a deatomizer strike or a chem strike or whichever flavor of one of those. We've been getting these nuclear metals, and then there's unstoppable metals, and that's great and all. That's great and everything, and I've gotten nuclear metals, and in this gameplay I get as close as you can possibly get. I don't die again for the rest of this gameplay, but I get pretty close, but, well, not as close as you can possibly get, but I get close enough. But the thing is, in my opinion, I'm never, like, for me personally, one of the reasons why I don't have many is that I really just don't purposely go for them, and I play as if they don't even exist at all. I'm sure if I did try to focus on them, I would have at least a few right under my belt right now, and unstoppables as well. But the thing is that for me personally, it feels like the nuclear metal thing is just gone a little too stale. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't think that it's not impressive to do that or anything like that, because it certainly is. But at the same time, it's still, it feels like there's something missing. And Treyarch just basically is not about MOABs or anything like that. And the thing is, they don't have to end games, really. They can just be something unique. And I think, personally, that Treyarch should have something like that in their game. And like I've mentioned in previous videos, we know that Treyarch doesn't really like to copy anything off of anybody, or they try at the very least to do it. But again, you got to think about the community. You got to stop being so hard-headed and so cocky. You got to think about the community as well. So I think Treyarch just needs to add their own flavor of something. And I'm sure some of you guys out there have been very creative in terms of what you would do. Like for me personally, like every single map in the game represents a place, right? So like, let's say you had a map in Hawaii, and if you were to go on a 30 gun streak, or maybe even more if that was required, all of a sudden the background would change, and all of a sudden there would be a big volcano that would go off, and it would make the map look cool. It didn't necessarily have to change the layout of the map, but it would make it really cool, and I would call it, I don't know, like a natural disaster or something like that. And depending on where you are, you can have all sorts of different natural disasters. That's what I would do personally, just to kind of give it an extra incentive for the player beyond just a medal, in order to make it happen. So but to me personally, it's just not as exciting, as crazy as it is. Even though it's harder to get a nuclear medal than it is a deatomizer strike or a 25 gun streak to get a MOAB or something like that, still, I mean, it just feels like it's gone stale and there's too much missing. Like, what would you guys do? And do you guys think nuclear metals are overrated? Now, I don't necessarily mean from getting them in from skills. I'm saying, like, it's really good, but at the same time, like, it's like people get hyped over nuclear metals, and I'm glad and everything that it does it for them. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think it's just gone stale at this point? And again, this is not meant to be a disrespectful video towards anybody who gets nuclear metals time in and time again, and that's not what this commentary is about. I'm just basically trying to say that, number one, Treyarch needs to make their own version of a nuke in this game, or a variation of something like that, or come up with something completely new, because it's been stale. And at the same time, it would give those really good players that are really good at consistently getting nukes, it would give them something to keep going for, like non-stop. So, and it would be cool for future games to have something new. Now, with Modern Warfare 4 coming up, I personally think that Infinity Ward is going to give us something, especially if it's called Modern Warfare 4. And at the same time, they really haven't failed to give us one of those things. Even if you go back to COD 4, when you got past a certain streak, like once you got your 3 streaks, and then let's say you got to 10, it would right across the street, 10 gun streak or 10 kill streak. And then once you made it to 15, it would all of a sudden would come up across the street again, 15 gun streak, and then 20, and it would keep going until you died. So I personally think things like that are pretty cool. But I guess to each their own. I guess some people are going to find that nuclear metals are not stale yet, or some people might agree with me, or have the same point of view as I do on it, but I want to know down in the comment section, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they're overrated? Do you guys think they're still as good as ever? You guys think they need to add something on top of that? And you guys already just heard my idea, so let me know down in the comment section, because I've always been curious, especially now. I think I made a video talking about this way back when, like way back, and but now that communication is so much better, I figured I'd get your guys' point of view. And there are players of all sorts of skill levels that watch my stuff, so I want to know from you guys. Anyway, that's all I got for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay and the commentary, and if you did, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.